Hi guys, Harry Otis here, professional trader for 20 years now. Started my career in 2005, still alive in 2026, although it doesn't feel like it today. Today, S&P 500 was a very, very heavy market, okay? I'll get to that shortly. There's a lot of implications here because here the market is we're talking about here Thursday, July the 16th, and it's just down 0.5%, okay? It looks very, very nice. However, under the hood, there are some sectors that are getting killed, like the semis, okay? And we mentioned before, we don't know where the semis are going, but as long as they fall lower, it's going to have a drag on this market. But the fact that this market is sort of holding up better than the semis, it's a sign of positivity, okay? We'll get to that. But first, the technical picture, it's still bullish for the market. Okay, individual sectors maybe not, but this market right here is bullish because it's still trading above the 50 and has it really trading above the 10 as well. It's doing very, very well technically, although if you're trading the market, you're doing fine, but there's some underlying sectors that are having a bit of a problem, as we mentioned, the semis, okay? And that's what's holding this market back, in my opinion, okay? Let's get to the sentiment. Back to fear, okay? This market never went to greed, never went and barely went to neutral, okay? So we're still at fear. Look, stock price breath back to extreme fear, put people buying puts again. So you have all of this, sentiment at fear at highs. People are dumping, and you can see it in the market. I'm seeing it in my level 2 and throughout the entire sector. Okay, not the entire sector, but in the level 2 price action of certain stocks. Okay, so although here we have the technicals that are bullish, we have sentiment that is bullish. However, it doesn't mean that we can go back and retest that extreme fear, okay? But if that happens, we're probably going to still be in this zone. We're going to be, even if it goes down to, let's say, the bottoms here and covers the 725-ish level on the SPY, it's still consolidating. It's not negative, okay? And we will get to extreme fear if that happens, which we never did. We were at the border before, okay? As this market fell the first time, we were at the border. So we don't know exactly what happens, okay? And that's why today we have a heavy market, okay? But there has to be an asterisk to this because we are still in UpX, okay? Today could be, remember, it's choppy, up, down, up, down. Look, this entire week is sideways, okay? Today could be a down day. On Friday, tomorrow, when UpX happens, it could be an up day. You never know, okay? But today was a heavy market. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's because the semiconductors, the space is down big. It's down 3.5%, the SMH, okay? And it looks like that double top formation happening and could break this neckline and go even lower. Who knows? We don't know where the bottom is. However, we do know that the SMH is being led sort of by the Korean index, the KOSPI, okay? And there we have a possible support zone, okay? If you look at the technicals, it still has room to go to the downside, okay? So as this, AI quote-unquote semi-trade happens, which is represented by Korea, we might hit the bottom here, okay, at this level of 6345 on the KOSPI. Okay, we're at 68, so we could continue to fall 1 or 2 more days. Who knows? And I think the SMH falls as well, maybe down to here, maybe covers this gap at 521. You don't know. Okay, so this is why the market is heavy as long as the semiconductors are taking it down. Okay, and if you look at the semiconductors, okay, compare it to SPY, which is down just 0.5%. Compared to everything else, IWM is basically flat today at the highs. Okay, so small caps are doing relatively well. QQQs, though, no. Okay, QQQs are down 1.6%. So it's just telling you that it's the tech sector that's leading this market down, although there are bright spots elsewhere. And don't forget that. Okay, this is what I want to mention. Like our trade before, Nike, it's up today, still hovering, nothing really going down. We have stocks like XPO in the logistics sector, trucking, up today, big. Okay, you have sector. We have Monster energy drink. You guys know that? New highs. So other, we have AEP, American Electric Power Utility, at highs. So you have some sectors of the market that are working. It's just that the SMH, which was leading higher, is dragging it lower. Okay, and we said we don't know where it goes. We have to see, okay, as long as it settles, okay? And this is why, okay, we took some trades this week on a number of AI-related industries and etc., like in this tech sector. And even though we were wrong, okay, we are still probably going to make money, okay, like we did NVDA. Okay, NVIDIA, we did this call structure with a short put, and we did it for a credit, okay, and it expires tomorrow. So tomorrow, do you think it's going to go all the way, NVIDIA is going to go all the way down to 185? No, then we're going to realize a profit. If it goes between the calls here, we're going to realize more profit than we sold our puts here, than the credit that we received for this entire structure. Okay, so if we revisit some of our trades, we were wrong, okay? Like look at BE, okay, Bloom Energy. We entered it around here that expires on Friday. We shorted the 190 call, okay? It would have to have dropped like 30%, like in 2-3 days. It's almost there. Like we can still lose, okay? But depends what happens Friday. If it goes back up, hovers around here, we can still make money on this, okay? So we are extremely wrong on these trades, and yet we're making money, okay? MU, literally, a semi is down, and yet we sold the 700 put that expires tomorrow. We're gonna make money even though we're wrong. Okay, this is why we did it, because everything was elevated and there was a huge amount of fear. You can go way out of the money and sell for good premium on these trades. Okay, so we are making money on Intel. Well, we are short on Intel. Okay, we are short on Intel, and now it's below the 100 level price. If we get a sign, this expires not on Friday but next Friday, the 24th. Okay, so it could still go higher. So in a week, we don't know. This will go with the tech sector, with the tech and semiconductor sector, of course. So if we do get a sign on the put, great. We're actually going to make money on this trade after being short this whole time. Okay, we're actually going to make money on this trade. So the conclusion is that even though the semis are down and we took trades in semi-related stocks, because we structured it correctly, we're still probably going to make money. Okay, the one we have to look out for is BE. Okay, we might get out of break even in this case. Okay, instead of making money. We did it for about $2.50 or $3. I can't remember. It's still in the money. I think it's trading about $2. Okay, so we're still making money on this put despite this bad move. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. It's going to be a huge volatility, theta crush. Okay, time value crush, and it depends what happens if it's up X and SPY ends up trading up. We're probably going to make money on all of these trades, no matter that we were wrong on it. Okay. So that's good to see that even though we were wrong in a number of trades, we're still going to make money. Okay, and after that, I'm just going to wait and see. I'm going to be very opportunistic when I make my trades. Okay, going forward, because especially in the tech sector, because we don't know where it bottoms. I'm still looking for SMH to sort of bottom before entering it. Entering maybe Mu, another trade in Mu, or anything of that, like maybe Intel. I might even go long Intel. I won't go long Intel, but AMD, that's still looking great. That will probably be a contender. If I see SMH sort of hovering and consolidating at lows, then that would be a stock that I want to buy. AMD, I'm going to concentrate on that. Even Mu too. Micron, that's a very good stock. Okay, still doing fairly well. So that's it. You can be wrong and still make money in this market. Okay, so finally, I'd like to talk about gold. Okay. Gold today down big. I don't know why. There's nothing here that says, well, I do have a little bit of an inkling. Okay. This is a bottoming process. Gold is down 2% today on probably the Dixie. Okay. Because I don't find anything. The Dixie, look, if you see a longer term view, it's coming within this channel again. It's weak. And of course, if the dollar goes down, gold will go up, generally speaking. They have like, what, a 0.6% correlation, positive. So because maybe the dollar was up, gold was down, but it didn't deserve to be down that much. Okay, it's basically capitulation type action. You also had U.S. oil, okay, right at this neckline that we mentioned, okay, down today, and gold is down big. Okay, it makes no sense except just for the dollar. And we also had inflation expectations down. Okay, interest rate hikes are probably the chances of them happening are lower. Okay, and yet gold is still down. This is why it is close. I believe we are close to this is a bottoming out process. It's very, very messy. It's going to shake people out. It looks very, very weak. Okay, if you look at, I'm looking at the level 2 action in a lot of my junior stocks, and it's very, very weak. We don't have the turnaround yet. Okay, we don't have any kind of. I don't have a sign. I don't have a. I haven't seen the sign yet. Okay, I have not seen a sign yet of positive action in the gold space. It's still choppy, and we might even have to undercut here the 39 level, this big support zone from October 2025. Okay, we don't know. Might have to undercut it before going up. The positive thing is that you can see the positive divergence as the price is it's flat, the price, but if it goes lower a little bit more, you're going to see the RSI is still going to be higher, as is the MACD. Okay, you can see double positive divergence, because as it went lower, this is higher, and it's going even lower, this is going to be higher still. So double positive divergence, but for the first time ever, we have it on the MACD, because we didn't get it on the MACD on the first time. So now we have, if it goes lower, double positive divergence. So we are close, I believe, to a bottom. We have to see, because I still see weakness in the intraday action. We have to cross that line. It's not there yet. We haven't crossed the Rubicon into positivity. Okay, it's the same with silver. Silver is the same thing. Look, positive divergence. It's literally lower now than it was before on a closing basis, but it's approaching this 55 level on silver, which was huge. It's huge support going back to October 2025 again. All the breakouts, forming highs. Okay, so this could be a good entry for a long, if you guys are not there yet. It's the same story. I think this is there's going to be at least a bounce if you want to play it, a short-term type of. If the options are elevated, you can again short a put, or any other structure that is bullish. Okay, while taking, trying to do it for a credit. Okay, because I think it's going to be a very short-term thing, because we don't know when the turnaround happens. Okay, it's going to be very, very random, in your face type of action. So those are my thoughts on the gold sector. Nobody is in it. Okay, not even generalists or hedge funds. It's just diehard guys that are in it, that understand their companies and are holding them for the long term. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. We are, Thursday, 16th of July. Tomorrow is the OpX. So if choppiness, this could be, the heavy market is because of the semiconductors dragging everything down. And I think that maybe Kospi might be to blame for that. If you want to look, we're searching for reasons here. We're human animals trying to find patterns. We don't know. Okay, it could hit the 6,300 before stopping. We don't know. SMH is performing better than the Kospi itself, because the Kospi is basically two stocks. So we're just waiting for the SMH. This could be a double top, an obvious one. It could break and go even lower. We don't know. We're just looking for this to stop, and it will probably stop the bleeding in SPY. Okay, but having said that, despite this action, we see a lot of sentiment in the fear, and the fact that we are starting at highs and we're already at fear. Any type of down move is going to go to extreme fear very quickly. People are going to start buying even more puts than they're buying already, and it'll probably be a self-fulfilling prophecy to go back to the upside. Okay, because look, even if it drops to lows, that's where the extreme fear. We're going to be at extreme fear. So technically speaking, we're bullish, although the heaviness of the market might cause us to go down lower and get us into the extreme region, which we never were at. Okay, you have to be aware of that possibility. Okay, but to me, it all depends on what the SMH does. If this starts bottoming out and holding and catching bids, then I think SPY and the rest will do fine. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow on Friday. Let's see how our options expire. Okay, later, guys.